Hi, it's Tami from Frog Hill Daycare. Right now, I am listening to some beautiful African music sung by some African boys. Isn't it beautiful? They aren't using any instruments at all, and that's why it's called a cappella. Only singing, using the voices that God has given to us to sing and praise His name. Everybody has a gift, and everybody is special. It's important that we find that special thing that we have to offer to share with the world around us. Today, I'm going to be reading a story called Giraffes Can't Dance. It's about a giraffe who can't dance, so he thinks. But he finds out later that he can dance. It's just different than everybody else's. So let's open our ears and pay attention to the story and find out what happens. Gerald was a tall giraffe whose neck was long and slim, but his knees were awfully crooked and his legs were rather thin. He was very good at standing still and munching shoots off trees, but when he tried to run around, he buckled at the knees. Uh-oh, he fell down. Poor Gerald. He kind of feels like a klutz, huh? Now, every year in Africa, they hold the jungle dance, where every single animal turns up to skip and prance. And this year, when the day arrived, poor Gerald felt so sad because when it came to dancing, he was really very bad. The jungle dance. The warthogs started waltzing, and the rhinos rock and rolled. The lions danced a tango that was elegant and bold. Look at all the animals and the way they danced. They're so proud of themselves. They make it look easy. The chimps all did the cha-cha with a very Latin feel, and 8 baboons then teamed up for a splendid Scottish reel. All different types of moves and all different ways to move your body to music. Gerald swallowed bravely as he walked toward the floor. Gulp. But the lions saw him coming, and they soon began to roar with laughter. Hey, look at clumsy Gerald, the animals all sneered. Giraffes can't dance, you silly fool. Oh, Gerald, you're so weird. Doesn't feel good to be called weird, does it? Look at Gerald's eyes. How do you think he's feeling right now? After being called weird, Gerald simply froze up. He was rooted to the spot. They're right, he thought. I'm useless. Oh, I feel like such a clot. So he crept off the dance floor and he started walking home. He'd never felt so sad before. so sad and so alone. And everybody else was having so much fun. Look at them kicking their legs and moving around, laughing and dancing and having fun together. And there was Gerald. How do you think he feels? Pretty lonely, huh? Sometimes it's okay to be alone and not fit in. Then he found a little clearing and he looked up at the sky. The moon can be so beautiful, he whispered with a sigh. And it looks like Gerald's having a wonderful time by himself, huh? Looking at the moon and enjoying nature. "Excuse me," coughed the cricket, who'd seen Gerald earlier on. "But sometimes when you're different, you just need a different song." Well, the cricket had a good idea. It's okay to be different. Listen to the swaying grass and listen to the trees. To me, the sweetest music is those branches in the breeze. So imagine that the lovely moon is playing just for you. Everything makes music if you really want it to. So he got inspired and comforted by that cricket and the world around him. The world that God created to speak to Gerald and say, "Gerald, you're special just the way you are. Find your music within and express yourself the way you want to and how you feel." With that, the cricket smiled and picked up his violin. Then Gerald felt his body do the most amazing thing. His hooves had started shuffling, making circles on the ground. His neck was gently swaying, and his tail was swishing around. He was finding his moves. He was feeling the music in his own special individual way. He threw his long legs out sideways and he swung them everywhere. And he wasn't afraid to do it. That was the great thing. He felt comfortable to let loose. Then he did a backward somersault and leaped up in the air. Look at him. That's pretty dramatic, isn't it? And fantastic. Gerald felt so wonderful. His mouth was open wide. "I am dancing. Yes, I'm dancing. I am dancing," Gerald cried. Look at his face. He's happy now, isn't he? Then, one by one, each animal who'd been there at the dance arrived while Gerald boogied on and watched him, quite entranced. They were curious about Gerald, and how different he is and how magical he is. They shouted, "It's a miracle! We must be in a dream. Gerald's the best dancer that we've ever seen." He just had to be confident in himself. "How did you learn to dance like that? Please, Gerald, tell us how." But Gerald simply twirled around and finished with a bow. He became famous because he decided to be himself. Then he raised his head and looked up at the moon and stars above. "We all can dance," he said, "if we find music that we love." And this is true. We are all very different, and we are all created with a purpose, with gifts, supposed to shine our light bright into the universe so that everybody can see how beautiful we are.